It's Titan coming at you with another episode of Minecraft, and today, of course, is a very special day. We're gonna lay down for this night, and then it'll be day 699, and then we're going to prepare for the festivities, such as they are. Of course, first, making sure Garuda has all of his seeds. Very important. Alright, so, what do you have to do to get ready for a party? It's a good question, I'm glad you asked it. Well, there's only a couple of things. First, you must have a cake. Everybody knows that. Now, I don't care much about, occasions in life, but in Minecraft it's important to celebrate them, unlike in life where it's a waste of time and effort and energy and, emotions. I got these somewhere else, so I'm gonna plant some more here. They will fit in with all of the other ones. But anyway, first, we must clean up our inventory? I mean, probably. We just need to get the stuff that we need in order to make a cake, which is what, like, sugar and eggs and milk and, yeah, something like that. Something like that. We could consult a crafting table about it. Ah, yes. 3 milks. Which, okay. Maybe the milk is the symbolic stand-in for butter. I believe I observed this the last time we were around too. I'm like, that's an insane ratio. And it is, but we're not going to belabor the point. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, buckets. How do we do this? Fortunately, I have 14 buckets in here. You never know when you'll need some after all. You might say to yourself, Self, why would you have 14 buckets in a shulker? I was moving tropical fish into my lake. We'll go over all of that. Tomorrow, on the day of 700, when it is upon us, which it will be very soon, Nobody is more excited about that than me. Also, we need more eggs, but I don't have any around. I have some around. No, I think it was just 1 egg? Yes, it's a 1 egg, 3 wheat, 3 buckets of milk, and 2 sugar cake. I can tell you from my experience baking that this cake will not be excellent, but I can tell you from my experience in Minecraft that it will never age, that you will be able to place it somewhere, and for as long as you shall ever return, the cake will be there. Like, cows won't eat it, fireflies won't eat it, creepers probably will blow it up, but you can try to make that not happen for you. Results may vary. We're just gonna put gold in here. It doesn't go there. We'll put it in there. That's fine too. Do we have enough rockets? Because if we do, yeah, we've got plenty of rockets. We don't have to worry. Rabbit Steve, you say how you love how I have 793 gallons of milk to make a cake in Minecraft? Yes, indeed. Like, maybe it's a stand-in for butter, but still, like, that's a very small amount of sugar, and it's just 1 egg, and yeah, a very small amount of sugar, very, very delicate frosting. All right, time to get wistful. You know, now we can wax rhapsodic on everything that's happened. No, not yet. After all, this day is still happening. And then we can proudly look at everything. That is the order of things. Well, we don't have anything undone. Ah, that's right. We could do a cattle drive. But where? Like, across here? We'll probably have like 5 minutes. That's not enough time to do this, but we can start. And you might say, why would this matter? You see, from over here where Hank is, you can't see him. He doesn't render in, so we're in from the house where we have our dance parties at the end of the videos. So even if we get out the little telescope, the little monoscope, the spyglass, you can't see him. He doesn't render in, so we need to move them over there. I don't think we're gonna do it right now, though. It was an idea. You know how sometimes you can be on a mission, but it's unimportant? That's one of those. You know, we're not gonna go on that mission. Man, we gotta work more on those floating islands, though. Because they're too boxy, right? They're much too boxy. There's gotta be... We gotta work on that. And now, the annoyance of not being able to float in midair is totally done. So maybe we can do a little bit of that for the next bit of things. This was a good 100 days here. We got so much done. The trail ruin, you know, I shouldn't talk about it now. We're about to have to talk about it all over again when day 700 happens. You know, I did too much. I baked the cake too quick. That can happen. You know, I don't think I checked down here for one of the turtles. I don't see how they would have gotten lost here, though. Oh well. We're never going to find them. Sad. But we can't just name another creature their name. That's very rude. What if they haven't been reincarnated, right? What if they're merely lost? You know, sometimes it's nice to just play Minecraft. I was playing this other game this morning. I'm really bad at it. Oh, I got frustrated. I like took a whole nap about it. I wasn't even playing around. And it's one of my favorite games. I just played it super bad, and I got very annoyed. But it's alright. That is why I play single-player games. It would be so much worse if I was playing with people. Oh, there's that old sun. And the moon rises. You know, it's weird to live so long. You know, it just happens all of a sudden. And you look around and you've like created a whole world. And it's funny. Because if you forget to wear your armor, it could just like disappear at any moment. But if you got your armor on, then you'll be okay. You can fight a lot of zombies if you have your armor on. That's my advice. And while we could hit the bed for the night, there's no point. We're just gonna fight some monsters. Because, you know, you don't want to rush the rising of the sun on an important day. That's not auspicious. We're already prepared, and so we shall make a sacrifice of bones. And gunpowder. And other similar things, you know. And then before you know it, it'll be time to tell the whole story of this place, which if you're here, you definitely already know. But hey, that's okay. I never promised to give you anything new. That's basically what I tell you every day. I'm like, I am never ever going to surprise you. This is never going to be a place where anything is interesting. That is my promise. You know, it doesn't sound like I'm really selling it. But hey Minickman, how are you? You made it in time, for it is still day 699, and the moon is only just there in the sky, giving us plenty of time to think about the nature of Minecraft before we talk about this specific world and celebrate. Now, we only have 10 minutes of daylight on day 700, so we're gonna have to make quick time. No, it'll be alright. It's okay to continue on for more than one Minecraft day praising yourself for a special occasion. If we get to day like 50,000, I'm just playing, day like 60,000, we wouldn't want to go so much for 50k, then, you know, it'd probably take like a whole 100 days just to catalog all the things we did in the world. But since I'm gonna live for like 5,000 or 6,000 more years, that will be easy enough. After all, if you die in Minecraft, you just come right back to life in another world. Forever. Which can be either comforting or not, depending on how tethered you wish to be to existence. Unfortunately, it does not appear to be a choice. And Alex appears to be tied inextricably to my will to be the greatest hero in Minecraft, to plant the most wheat, you know, that kind of thing. That's my real goal. We started planting wheat here. We'll of course go over those fields as part of the grand tour. This song is nice and wistful, you know, totally gets it done. But we are, of course, not saying goodbye. We are merely saying, hey, we made it another 100 days. I'm familiar with people making videos like, I survived for 100 days, because, like, ages ago somebody told me I should make one, and I was like, that seems like a lot of work, and I'm not gonna do that. And it was a good idea. It just seems like a lot of work, and I'm not gonna do that. And now I'm like, why not I survived 700 days? Maybe when I survive 1,000 days, I'll make a video about it. Rather than a haphazard stream. Probably not, though. Don't get your hopes up. If I ever say, maybe I'll do something and it'll require effort, probably not gonna happen. I didn't really feel confident in the missile's ability to get that far. Here it'll work, right? Yeah, it will. Clean. Nope. I think they just fell. It won't be long now. Got him. That only worked, of course, because we had previously shot them with an arrow. Otherwise, it would have popped them. Now, I only recalled that after we'd already hit them with the sword. But you know, you could think that I knew what I was doing there. You'd be wrong. You'd be so wrong. Why would you want to be that wrong? All right. Time to get ready. And of course, tribute to the boss before we all start. Garuda, the one at the center of it all. He's who it's all about. A pet for Bella, wise consigliere, and Atropa, the blade in the dark. Kalsai's just a dog. He's such a good dog. You know, he's learning to read. He's gonna do a treatise one of these days. And Luca, brave and powerful Luca. The story of every Minecraft world begins where you start. And if I have my timing right, that sun is about to come up. It looks like it's thinking about it. There we go. Now we know from experience, mainly by being in like airplanes and rockets, that even if you like try to get to the sun by flying, you don't get there very much faster than by sitting still. But sometimes it's nice to try. But we should get back home. Back home, back to spawn. It is of course still day 699, but very soon, oh very soon indeed, that will be changing forever. This cherry tree sits right about at 0, 0. The trunk was planted there. Not the first day we were here. But this is where the world was made. Now, a lot of what we're about to look at, of course, was not here then, but I'm excited to share it with you guys. You know, most of you will have seen it before, but it'll still be fun to take a little trip down memory / Minecraft lane. So here we are. The tree spawns, we look at the ocean, there's a ruined nether portal over there, I think we even see it, there's a village over there, and then we turn right there and see it. The best mountain of all time. I think we went over to that village first, but when we came to the mountain, of course, we saw this other, better village. And here's where it gets fun, because I actually did stuff in Minecraft that you're supposed to do. I built this river. And then, you know, this is recent, I'm skipping around, and I built this lake, and this nice little waterfall, and my house, and I planted a lot of flowers, that's all good. Not too long ago, we made this wall. Yes, happy birthday world, indeed. This guy's called the Dreamer, so we built this wall to protect the Dreamer. The Dreamer took this bed here, which used to be mine, whatever, we're not getting into it, it doesn't matter. And so the monsters would come in from the dark on the mountainside and come over and disturb his sleep. He wasn't getting his full 8 hours. So we built this wall to protect him. That's the wall of the Dreamer, and that's the Dreamer there. We did wake the Dreamer up to put the name tag on him, but that's whatever. We got a couple of wheat islands, you know, just a little bit of wheat. You gotta have some, right? But anyway, we did that this recent 100 days, I think. Yeah, it must have been. And now we're gonna go pop over here a bit. We're gonna go to this trail ruin we've been excavating. Show it off a little bit. But of course we got our floating islands, we made them. They're not very good. I need to make them better. You know, we got a little snow half island here, which is nice, you know. They're okay. They need to be much more of a thing. Hello, Marshmallow. You're the music person, because I was listening to that song, a couple of the songs, the other day, and I was like, that's the name now. So, hello. So good to see you. Hope you have been well. I saw you had some stuff up that I hadn't listened to yet, so I'm excited to check that out here. Probably later on today, I'll be giving a bunch of that a listen. I'll be sure to leave you a comment and let you know what I think. But don't worry, we won't have to fly too far in order to get to our next stop on Minecraft Lane here. And you might be thinking, there in the distance, is that a forest? A forest with a lot of wheat in it? Yes, and let me tell you why. 'Cause I'm a very normal person. Just like incredibly normal. I'm surprised you didn't notice that first. So we built it there to stop the pillagers from spawning, and also because I thought it would be funny. So, you know, we gotta work out a little bit more, but there's a pillager tower there, and we just, like, salted the earth. We wheated it. We wheated the earth. And, so one of the big projects this last 100 days was this. We've been, excavating and restoring, gradually restoring this canal, and it looks like they've fallen in a weird spot, maybe, and we need to cure them. Song a little too amped for the mood. Alright, so they are... Ah, yes, they have fallen down and they can't get up. Great. Smart. You know, sometimes that can happen. They fell on top of the box. They'll move eventually. But anyway, so we worked on restoring some of the buildings. We brought some villagers here and gave them very ordinary places to live. We, of course, have a site overseer, the chief archaeologist. Say hi to Indiana, everybody. Indiana is a good dog. That's why we named the dog Indiana. And, you know, he watches here over the ruin, which I'm not done with yet. I just don't work on anymore. But, you know, that took a little bit of time. We still gotta, like, glass wall it to the river. There's a lot to do there. But it's pretty cool. I like it. This is one of the ruins that I didn't ruin. I hate that. I didn't mean to even make that joke. That I didn't spoil whenever I was excavating it. And, you know, because I have one in my survivor world, but it's not nearly as nice as this. And looking from here, I'm seeing, like, okay, we could, like, work some sort of symmetry in maybe, but probably not. I think we'll just work with that one whole side and then, you know, push it back a little bit more. And then, you know, we can work to make it, you know, more beautiful and more complete and such. But here's the trail ruin. That villager is up there and probably can get down again. Probably. If we come back and he's stuck, we'll help him out. But anyway, you know, we built a little canal to get some villagers there, and that was one of the big projects of this last 100 days. Day 600 to day 700, but of course, we saved the best for last. We're about to talk about the ghasts. For in the most modern of Minecraft updates, you can now get happy ghasts. They're so wonderful, they're so adorable, and I've got a whole thing going on with them that will, you know, come to fruition later, because I'm scatterbrained and, you know, don't always achieve my goals on time. Which is a polite way of saying that I can't be trusted to do anything. No, that's putting it too harshly. I don't care. It doesn't matter. We're going to drop that subject and get to another one, which is more stuff that I have made in Minecraft. Of course, we made that little miniature Badlands Island. That's very obviously artificial, but we'll actually go around it a bit, because I actually think it's cool. We need a lot more to it, you know, like, we didn't finish it, we got distracted and did something else. But if we go into the water here around it, we'll note that we've got, you know, stuff such that it looks like we've got sedimentation around, you know, bits of, like, one of the underwater temples. And so, dolphin! And so we constructed it like that, you know, and we just did, you know, little blocks like so. And I actually think it's a cool little place, such as it is. We've got our little shrine where we keep all of our valuable blocks. I mean, not all of them, only some. And I did not plan this. The playlist is on shuffle, but it's my favorite Minecraft song. The most Minecraft of all the Minecraft songs. And it's playing right now for the celebration. How fortuitous. And this is my favorite part of it. It's called Alpha. It's like 10 minutes long or whatever, and it's so, like, stirring and adventurous. It seems like it should be, you know, the soundtrack of a wonderful adventure game. And speaking of adventure, now it's time to fly slow. Ah, Cornelius! Anyway, we were gonna ride on Cornelius, but we crashed into the ground instead. The music gets all wistful about it. So, say hello to Cornelius Vandergast, everybody. Cornelius is the newest member of the crime family. But there are more ghasts. We haven't gotten all of them yet, but we are reclaiming the Council of Ghasts, the 16 most notable ghasts who represent their colors on the wheel in all matters. Now, we haven't assigned colors and hats to all of them, but we have a lot. This one's probably got a name. This one's probably Gastlevania. This is the song that plays in the credits. Okay, I didn't know that. I've only got to the credits once, and I was in quite a mood. I was trying to read the poem, but it scanned too quickly, and I was getting upset because I was like, no, I'm not gonna be able to read the thing out loud. Yeah, this is Gastlevania. Here, this one will be Batgastmobile. Natasha named Batgastmobile. What a wonderful name. Gastlevania, that one came from Luke. Hey, Sam. say you're sorry for not appearing in these streams recently. Well, I'm sure you've had stuff going on. That's quite all right, and I'm happy you got to make it to this one. You know, it's a celebration. We have Agastus here. This is like Agastus's place. You know, a lot of the other Ghasts are just hanging around here because we don't have the places for him yet. But Agastus it's not quite finished, but you know, it's almost done. And then here we have like the field where we fought the Wither. Here's the Alpengast, which means the mountain ghast. It's a extended joke relating to the television program Friends. I'll explain it if anybody cares. This is Genghast Khan. He hangs out here with the horses, because of course he does. And then down here, to round out the ghasts, we've got Gormenghast, Archaeologast, Gaston, and we've been working on this section recently with all the cornflowers. This is, you guessed it, Gastois. What a good name. I know. But there's a couple other ghast names that we just haven't gotten the ghast for yet. Oh yeah, so we're calling it the Council of Ghasts, right? And we're building like an area for all of them where they hang out. So like Gastois, we put all these blue flowers down and we'll do, you know, some more blue stuff there. And Genghis Khan, because Genghis Khan, you know, horses and stuff, we'll have that going on there. And yeah, and the Alpengast will have a little miniature mountain goats thing. And then, you know, Agastus, you know, he's got that. We're going to make a bat cave for Batgastoville and so on. Can you name a ghast? Yeah, the thing is it needs to, like, it has to be, I don't want to be rude about it, but if it's not, like, a super excellent name, if I think about it, then I won't use it. But if it uses, like, a ghast pun, and, yeah, like, maybe. I am definitely open to receiving ideas for one. But I might tell you no. I don't want you to feel bad if I do, because the Council of Ghasts is a very important and prestigious, you know, council. They've got to have names that are just right. Ghastly after the Pokemon. You know, I thought of that, but I thought like it's too easy. Maybe we could do it. Cause you know that like the Gastois, that was like, cause Ghastly was the idea behind Gastois, and then I was like, oh, I'll just do Gastois. That's way better. But yeah, we might do that, Sam. We might do that. I have been struggling for names, and 2 Pokemon related names is totally fine. I do love Pokemon, and they are the original ones. You know, the only real ones. What we're doing right now is desperately trying to. I think I need to take hits. Okay, now we have developed hunger, because we have to have hunger. All right, guys. Well, there's Cake 400, Cake 500, Cake 600, and now Cake 700. All of them in a row. You know, you never think that you could get so far. Happy birthday to the world. Hi, Natasha. You made it. Hooray. What does 100-day-old cake taste like? Tastes like fresh cake. This is like preserved cake. But yes, we'll have another bite of it. And we'll do the unthinkable. We'll waste rockets. Just to have a party. I know. You never thought you'd see it. Happy birthday to the world. Let's walk home. You know, it's probably silly to get so emotional about video games, but I hardly have, like, a normal emotional attachment to anything, so perhaps it's good that I found something to care about. Skeleton Theft Stormtrooper aim. Oh, they're afraid to hit me. They know it doesn't even hurt me and that it'll hurt them. There's no way we're gonna be able to get up there without falling down into something and dying, right? Yeah. You know, you lose track of how to actually walk around in the world of Minecraft once you fly so much. Sir, you plan to turn 4 years old this month? That's awesome. There's a gathering of creepers here, menacing the mountain goats. And how important, of course, that Spawn Mountain has mountain goats, allowing us to ask and answer the most important questions of our age, namely, what is the best mountain goat song? Well, there's many schools of thought. Probably, you know, probably the best mountain goat song is This Year off of the Sunset Tree. You know, that one's that's a perennial favorite. You know, nice little chorus. I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. Yeah, this year might be the best mountain goat song. No, it's not time to walk here yet. And we didn't walk home. The dreamer is dreaming. Kept safe from the wall. No! I was like, I thought someone kicked him out of his bed. I was gonna have to banish him from the town. It's like, I'm gonna find what you did to the dreamer, you monster. Good old Doug. Doug is an absolutely original member of the crew. Doug's been here basically as long as anyone. Foundational. Mooshy Smalls and Baby Moosh. They wait here in their lair, composing the best rap songs anyone's ever heard. They're all in Moosh, though, so a lot of people don't give them the acclaim that they deserve. One day the world will know. Hey, boss. And the gang's all here. Especially Smalls, Rabbits, and Biggest Smalls. Indeed, my favorite rapper. Also, there's a magnificent piece of fan art that a viewer did once upon a time in the style of this shirt. You know the Biggie shirt, the one with the crown, and of that like painting thing. And I didn't realize I had it on, but Yeah, the Dark Oak crime family's all here. And, like, 700 days. Not bad. Not bad at all. We slayed the dragon, We beat the Wither. We rescued so many ghasts from terrible, like, awful lives in the Nether, and now look at him smiling. Look at Cornelius flying there, like, look at that happy little guy, and that's all because of us. Oh, we didn't say hi to Mr. Pump. How rude. Mr. Pump, I presume. He is watching over everything here. Everything is good, you can tell. He would tell us if it wasn't. We'll brighten up the light bulb a little bit. It's a celebration after all. Wonder what we do next. Plant more wheat. Get more ghasts. Work on their areas, Really just continuations of all the previous projects would be good. We could try to build a boat, not like these boats, like a bigger boat, a proper boat, one that doesn't move. I know there's definitely a way to build a boat that moves in Minecraft, but I don't want to learn how to do it. It'll just make me upset if I really know that it exists. I just abstractly know that it does, because everything exists in this crazy game. Want to make a farm in the end? Oh, I don't like it there. Stuff makes me nervous there. Like, why would you even go there? What do they have there that you don't have here? Well, we're gonna go like cut down some more dark oak trees because I don't feel like cutting the video short, and we need more dark oak because of course we do. There's probably a dark forest right here. Yeah. I'm from here. I'm from around here. I can give you directions. I can tell you where stuff's at. Why not make a farm in the end? What I heard is go cut down trees. The Ender won't hit you if you have the puncture on your head. I did know that. It restricts vision. Yeah, kinda. I do most of my farming in third person. I just don't know why a farm would be good there, right? Like, you'd have to go and get stuff every time. Like, would you live there? Oh yes, the roller coaster. I need to fix it, and I need to like remove all those little switchbacks. I remember like when I was putting it in, I'm like, oh, this will be nice. It'll be like, you know, a roller coaster rocking you around. But in practice, in a video game sort of way, it doesn't scan that way. It just, you know, it seems, you know, rickety. But it wouldn't take too long to work that out. I need to, yeah. You need to work on roller coaster physics. Natasha, remember... You remember when I first discovered Rails and stuff, and I just, like, got so obsessed for a little bit? That was a fun time. I wonder how much stuff like that is left in Minecraft, to where it's just gonna, like, light up my eyes with excitement whenever I discover it. There's gotta be at least another thing or two. Like, I had not anticipate how much I was going to love, like, making rivers and lakes and stuff, and now it's just, like, I think it's the most fun thing. You get the sounds of rushing water. It's just very good, you know? It's just very good. And, you know, me and my small-mindedness, I had always been like, no, make a canal. And I'm like, no, you gotta make a river. All about the kelp. The kelpidine. Hey, Luke. Welcome. Said your note went out about halfway through. Oh, yeah, I was like, he didn't say bye. Either he left in disgust, where he's like, this dude is hopeless, or you know, like something came up, but cool. Yeah, you know, I did, however, watch like a couple hours of videos about Pike and Shot stuff, while I was laying in bed, sort of taking a nap and sort of paying attention. And I did watch that Malleus guy's videos that you recommended. What a cool channel. I watched the Pike and Shot one, rather. I'm like, I definitely got to watch some more of that. I love stuff like that, you know, because I quite like fantasy things, and I very much like military history and such. So, definitely a channel that's appealing. I just don't talk to many people about these interests, and, you know, so I don't have the occasion to get these recommendations often. I mean, like, I talk to, like, my friends. They all know I like this stuff, you know, but they aren't like, hey, you should listen to this. They're like, oh god, is he gonna be done talking about it soon? But maybe my next Elspeth campaign will be alright. And if not, I'll just play something else, you know. Like, there's no sense in getting all emo about it. Alright, that's enough. We just wanted to get some stuff, and now we can go and plant a little bit more around the council. I don't think I have... I'm like, nope, I definitely do have stuff on the ground I care about. Toss the sticks. There we go. I'm like, those were saplings. I saw their little green shoots. See that? Look around. Didn't even hit a single thing, but this reminds me, I have just noticed. Unsown grass. Terrible. No decent person will talk to you if you've got these problems in your field, you know. They'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I was told you were a gentleman. But now we've sorted that out. You said you didn't how that end up at war with Bellegarde? Yeah, he tried to extort me. I knew it was a bad idea, but I got mad. you know, that can happen, right? Like in life or a video game, which I remarked in the video. I'm like, you know, when people threaten me, I'm like, I don't want to give them my money, you know, like, not to get all America about it, but when somebody says your money or your life, why should you be in a hurry to give them your money? Was it Thomas Paine that said that? It's something like that. I forget the exact quote off the top of my head. I didn't know I would be referencing it today. But that reminds me, we haven't checked on the one other thing of the projects, which is the city beneath. It's really just a little settlement. But here in the deep, beneath the river, there's a way in. Oh god, there's a way in. There's definitely a way in. I hate everything. Why am I the way I am? It's too hidden. There we go. There's a way in. Oh, I was trying to go in the way that the door isn't. So there's a door on this side. Underneath the stairs. But yeah, we've got Cave Horse, Cave Pony. This is like a very special horse. This horse like was down in the depths like way before everybody else was. So we got all this hay bales there for him and some wheat that, you know, that they can crunch on. And I know that they don't eat it, but you know, they could. Here, we'll grow a little bit more wheat. See, that one broke because there's not enough light. How does my wheat not die without water? That is an old thing in the game. It is no longer necessary for your crops to be irrigated to stay in the ground. They just grow faster if they are irrigated. So if you're familiar with my wheat farm, very little of that is irrigated. If you're not familiar with my wheat farm, let me just show you, for example. We're not going to spend a lot of time here. I don't want to brag. But, you know, so if you look at all of this, like, none of that's irrigated, right? Because you see that sort of dull color. And then if you go over here to, like, the wheat land proper, you know, you get... you get, you know, the dark soil, but, you know, it all grows wheat. It's all wheat. But I have been told that once upon a time it was not that way, but... Say the biggest is the Hellstrom. Yeah, yeah. That thing causes me more trouble than it's worth. That's not true because it's very good, but... Man, do I ever use it badly. Alright. I'm just gonna throw these carrots in here because you can feed them to villagers. But anyway, yeah, so this is like this is our secret village. We're gonna make it like technologically advanced and stuff. And it'll be like our little dwarven realm. We're gonna do like a copper sort of thing. If you see, we've already got our little halls of stone here started up where, you know, just like the pillars, which I think already, you know, looks forbidding and cool. Like it already looks like, ooh, maybe there's something going on here, you know. Yeah, exactly. If it's not planted, it'll turn to dirt, but it'll give you like a few ticks before it happens. Sometimes it'll happen almost immediately, but you can do like a whole big line of untilled land and then just run back over it and plant the seeds, and it usually works just fine. But yeah, but that's this under the river thing, which actually was like before the lake. The under the river thing, like the river was supposed to just sort of go here. The lake as an idea like sort of came afterward. Your Minecraft base is a big dwarf city too. Oh, that's awesome. But I'm actually like, so none of this was like a lake at all, and I don't want to brag, but I am like really proud. This is probably the thing that like I am most like psyched about out of, oops, sorry, popped the microphone there. Like, you know, it's not much, but it's mine. You know, because we built the whole thing. Like, there wasn't water here. You know, we figured it out. We made it work. We brought the turtles in. We made this sweet waterfall for the gas to float around on. Say with dwarves, you don't have to worry about the block pallets, just fighting with slabs and stairs and walls. Yeah, because there are, like, they look like trail ruins. I don't know how to describe them, little secret tucked away things. But I found just, like, one ever whenever I was digging down into the deeps. And it's just, like, it looks like a fragment of a trail ruin, but there's no, like, enemy spawners or whatever into it, I don't think. Maybe it was one and I just didn't know. Anyway, but, you know, it's just, like, one room. The sweetberry bushes were a good addition, you know. They're like nice and subtle. Maybe not subtle. Maybe that's the wrong word. Maybe they are loud. But I think they're somewhat understated compared to my normal style of, you know, look at the flowers. That's my idea of a tasteful amount of flowers for a field. Ancient cities, I don't think it was like that. It wasn't like in a deep dark. It was just like copper and wax copper architecture. But the ancient cities, yeah, I've seen one before. I am afraid of them. There's one here somewhere. That's where I got my other side disc, I think. And then later I found one just like in a friggin' dungeon. Just like a place with a spawner. Just like in a box. Tough cover. Yeah, it looked like that. It didn't look like the other. I don't have the example ready. It was in my survival world, but I don't like really remember where it was. Tough brick dew looks good. Not all rooms have spawns. Okay, yeah, maybe I just found, like, one little area and didn't identify where to go off of it. This would have been a place, I would have found it, like, very early in my Minecraft time. It wasn't in a hardcore world, you know, it was, in the before times. Like, it might have been a full year ago. Spider! Guys, I don't know if they're ever coming back. I can't believe we lost them. I mean, we've got Donatello somewhere, probably. We definitely have Raph and Mikey, which, you know, like, if we have to lose two, sure, you lose the stiffs, but... sad that we can't find them anywhere. Because if they were here, they would just, like, swim out. The current's no obstacle to a turtle. But, you know, if we were gonna look, we should have looked 100 days ago. They've been missing so long. We found him! Yes! What an auspicious day! Why is he down there? Get out of being down there. You cannot grow coral blocks. You have to harvest them. You can bone meal coral in an appropriate ocean, and that will get you these fans, all the stuff that grows on coral. But you can't bone meal it here. It has to be in the right biome for that. Anyway, we found him, unless I mislay him again. Like, why is he down there? Why is he the way he is? We need to fill this up real quick. There we go. Leo! Alright, now we really gotta redouble our efforts to solve this. Donatello could be anywhere, and he's probably really hungry. Oh, that feels so good. We have rescued Leonardo. And now he is happily going around. Alright, now we gotta find Mikey. But how? Move slower in the water pushes him. It might have been like coming from a couple different directions. They can get through like a waterfall, like casually, but yeah, you're right. It must have been something with, because that whole room wasn't sourced. So there's probably a lot of different ones. Because we didn't have it kelped. Inadequate kelping loses thousands of turtles every year. Alright, now where do we think this failure could have been? Alright, well, Donnie's not over here. Where did he used to hang out, you know? Where are his friends? Where are the last people that have seen him? Because he could have fallen all the way down into the depths, right? And we were like, maybe we'll check someday. Because it goes like way too far down. Here, I'll lean my head to the side. That'll help. You know, because he could be all the way down here. He could be. I don't know how we would get him up. Do I have torches? Please have torches. Okay. Alright, he's not here. Which is honestly a relief. It would have been so annoying to get him out of here. I would have done it. No turtle left behind. Some turtles occasionally are left languishing in the deeps for an extended period of time, but no turtle, like, left entirely behind. I'm not a monster. I'm just a very, very careless hero. Doing their best. Alright, how do we get out of here? We have made a puzzle. I'm just gonna break stuff above me. There we go. It worked. I have no idea where the sun is. I'm so annoyed at myself for going down here into the first place. Alright, now we're good. Now I know where we are. Alright, so that was not fruitless. Now we know he's probably not down there. Okay, so where could he be stuck? In the room of the pool of kelp? I mean, probably not. You're in the Tin 1 campaign, that was the same way with those feral basties, just like rocking it. Oh, dude. Nice. Do you have a plan for the next campaign you're gonna play? Yeah, I either gotta get good or stop playing Elspeth, or it's gonna sour me on Warhammer. I can just play like an Archeon campaign. Archeon. I always want to call him Archie and then Archeon, and so I do it halfway a lot. Just to palate cleanse. Like, I don't know why I'm looking up here like I wouldn't have noticed him being up here. Raphael and Michelangelo doing their thing like always. I thought that was him for a second. Because that totally is a place that he could have fallen in at. But no, we're on the other side of the wall, right? Yeah, not ideal. You know, we could break a lot of this kelp and that would probably help us see. Probably. You know, we don't need it everywhere. It's just nice, you know, it's very aesthetic. We don't need to break all the kelp either, but, you know, just a lot of it. Well, I don't know if we're gonna find Donatello today. That's okay. Look, I didn't think we were gonna find Leonardo either when we were running around, but we did. And we'll try to kelp this up so we don't have that problem again. There's really no reason this room shouldn't be water. I guess not like we're gonna build a little fisherman shack in there, although that would be nice. Maybe we should. Use the 10x to figure out how to deal with Hammercon. Yeah, he's, what a monster. Because even not in the hands of the player, he's just very, very strong in the battlefield. And in just the way that the AI will use him. Alright, well. Good stuff. We rescued Leonardo. It was right after one of the previous celebratory videos that we finally found Atropa again, so that is very nice. Oh, man. You know, for somebody who talks so much, I often don't know what to say. Liam. How are you? I've been alright. I've been alright. It's, you know, it's summertime. I can't wait for that to be over. It's much too hot here. You can trade infinitely with the right villagers, cycle glass and glass panels. Yeah, I know you can also, like, I've been told you can, like, trigger raids and then get them to discount things. Yeah, you do, like, a zombie villager cure, and then, like, you can get raids, and then you beat the raid, and then you get, like, the hero of the village or something effect, and then you can, like, cycle through a bunch of them. I've been told about it. I haven't done it myself. I tried to do a raid here at this village. I don't want to get into it right now. It'll just make me mad. But anyway, it didn't work. I fought a couple of waves, and then I couldn't find them. They got spawned somewhere, and then it fizzled out. And then we went to do it, like, somewhere else, and then I think I abandoned it and let the whole town die? I don't remember. It's been a long time. It sounds like something I would do. But we come now to the end of this video. And of course, for such a video of a celebration, zombie villagers. Yeah, I see zombie villagers like all the time. I usually hit them with a sword. There's only one song that will do. So I invite you all to sit, stand, kneel, or dance for our national anthem. The song is called Cat. It is the song of the Dark Oak crime family. It is by C418. I'm sure it is iconic. We accidentally almost made Luca get up. We were trying to give him a pet, but he's like, no, I'm gonna dance. Tropa and Bella, partners in crime and malice. Look at their eyes. They understand exactly what they're doing. You tunneled through the horn called. Ah, yeah, you know, doing it underground. I'm like, I'm gonna build a village in the middle of the ocean and do the raid there. But that got me thinking. I'm like, I bet you could do that. You could build the village inside of like an obsidian cube, and then you could do the raid. You could build like a wall around it, and then like build a tower and just shoot them. I bet you could do that. Because anything they have that would explode things, they wouldn't go. But maybe, no, Vexes can probably phase through it, so... Not Vexes, whatever the equivalent is in the raid. I don't know if they're Vexes there, they might be. But, you know... On an occasion such as this, what really comes to mind is how grateful I am for all of you. This year on YouTube has just been like a really fulfilling time for me. I've had just the most fun making these videos and streams and not trying very hard while doing it. And it's just been very gratifying, you know, to meet all of you. I mean, you know, like several of you in the chat, you know, I see you, you know, a lot, like almost all the time. And it really means a lot to me. I don't. I do hope you believe that. Like, it is like my favorite thing to do, you know. I wait around at work thinking, man, when can I get home and play some video games? But thank you all, truly. You're the reason this Minecraft world is still going, you know, and I just enjoy our time here so much. So here we are, day 703. There will be plenty of stuff to work on in the future. I'm going to take a short break, get something to eat, and I'll be back to stream something else here in probably 30 or 45 minutes tonight, and perhaps I'll see you there. But until then, goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye, Natasha. I'm so glad you got to show up. Thanks for being here. Bye, Luke. Bye, Liam. Bye, Redwood Steam. You know, bye, Steve. Sorry. Bye, Minikman. Bye, Voiding. Bye, Sam. We'll probably do the ghastly name Sam. You know, on further reflection, it's totally good. You know, I rejected it when it's my idea, but when it's your idea, it sounds better. So anyway, thank you, everyone. I hope you have a good rest of your night. If I don't see you, if you're watching in the future, I hope the weather is nice. That's all I've got for you right now. Happy day 700, you know, and, well, that's all I've got for right now. Au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, farewell, adios, and goodbye.